Welcome to the Sunday evening Super Sunday call, Punk Panda. We have our favorite CEO, Albert Miller, along with myself, T.W. Dawson, the CCO of Punk Panda, along with some leaders from all over the globe. We are excited this morning, this evening, this afternoon, wherever you're calling in from, to present to you this Punk Panda presentation. We want to give you some updates on what's going on with the app, as far as the listing, and just let you know that we're here for you guys, whatever you guys need as leaders in this organization. What I'm going to do now is introduce a man who needs no introduction at all, a visionary in himself, Mr. Albert Miller, our CEO. Albert, can you take it from here?
Yes, I can, sir. Thank you for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, every single time we think we've pushed this over the edge, another new thing pops up. So if you're on the Friday call, you would understand that Google came back to us and they wanted all, it was in Google itself. It was actually the Firebase that they have. So the Firebase is where we keep all of our data, the contacts and how the contacts sync and everything. And because of the amount of people who are from Russia, they wanted us to go through and do all this KYC. I'm going to shut my video off because I'm outside poolside and I have a very weak Wi-Fi. So let's see if that helps and goes more stable. Apologize for that. But anyway, so we switched over to Soft SQL. Unfortunately, Google Play today informed us that we must KYC by phone number. Now, you know that our plan was to go by email OTP. So when we do online at Google Play, we are going to have to do the OTP by mobile for at least the first few days, and then can make it go away. Now, another option is we will have the APK file that will be on the website. The APK file, if people download from there, they will not have to OTP by mobile because we can make the APK file our custom way that we want to. So this has caused probably another 24-hour delay.
All right, I think we might have lost Albert, but if he was listening to what he was saying, I'll just try to reiterate it a little bit. Basically, because of Google, they're looking to KYC most people from Russia. And so because of that, what they have to do is go around the email verification just for a couple of days. And what he's saying is that if you're able to download the app through Google Play, or excuse me, through the website, you won't have to go through that because we'll be able to set it up in a way that you'll be able to use your email as the identifier. And all this is based on the fact that we had the issue with the email, excuse me, with the mobile identifier that had issues in certain areas. I think Albert's back on. Albert, if you want to continue to explain that.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sure. Yep. So, and basically, no, the problem is that because it's a mess in Google. So, funny thing is, Apple is approved for everything. So, iOS on the iTunes Store, there's no problem with that. It's the Google Play. So, but with Google Play, we can upload our own APK file to our own website, which would be on the PunkPanda.io. And when that's there, people can download, and it works just like that. It was like downloading it from Google Play anyway. So we will get through this probably just about another 24-hour delay though. If this happens again where I drop out, TW, I'll make you the host, and then you can make me the co-host.
All right. And right on cue, as he did that, he dropped out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Jay come up real quick while I pull my presentation up and just share with us for a second, Jay. And I'll open up the presentation and we'll go from there.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I know we have people coming from all over the world here. What a blessed.
I just switched over to a different Wi-Fi, so hopefully that's taking care of the problem. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this call tonight, the purpose of the call.
All right. So what we'll do is, go ahead, Jay. Just share with us for a second. Albert, if you can hear me, just give Jay a couple minutes to share, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Albert, and Mr. T.W. Wilson, and what an incredible opportunity. I keep saying to myself, like, you know, people, they trade time, they trade hours for money, but entrepreneurs like Mr. Albert and Mr. Marcus, they create ideas to create wealth and give away opportunities. See, government can give people jobs, but entrepreneur create opportunities, and opportunities can change life of people in a matter of time. Not only life of people, but they're going to change generations to come. And the ones that have the most disruptive idea, and we all see that this is the most disruptive idea in 2022, and it's going to take over the world. So you're going to hear the presentation. For those who are new here, it's about people already using apps. All we're asking them is to switch over to this app, which is the most private and most secure app. That's only two things that caught my attention, beside whatever the utilities the app has. The other function that the app has on top of that is just unbelievable, is just mind-blowing. Now I'm gonna end up with this. Are you just going to be a user of the app, or are you going to be a promoter of the app? We chose here to be the promoter of the app, and I'm excited, and I hope you are promoter of the app, because understand there's two categories of people on this planet. One is the shepherd and one is the sheep. 95% of people, no matter what we tell them, they will choose to be sheep. But we chose to be the shepherd because we know the potential of this business, because billions of people are going to use the app anyways. We want to be the shepherd. We want to give away this app and direct the sheep here, and fortune will be made. Incredible fortune will be made. But all we need to do is to open our mouth. Without further ado, thank you very much, Mr. T.W. Wilson, Mr. Albert, and all the leaders here, and all the team, all the people who showed up. You guys are champion. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Very, very, very powerful point. And that's the whole point of this whole thing, is we're bringing opportunities to the people. And that's so important. So what I want to do is I just want to run through the presentation. We have some amazing people up here. Again, Albert's have some issues with Wi-Fi. We'll get through that. We have enough people up here that can handle this, no problem. Albert, if you're still there, if you can hear us, we'll take care of this, no big deal. All right, so what I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to go into the presentation very, very briefly. But what I want to do is take advantage of all the amazing leaders that we have on this call right now. All right, so let me just share screen. Can you guys see that? You guys see it? Okay, all right. So let me open this up. All right, so again, this is our new branding. If you haven't noticed it, this is one of the newer presentations. All the pandas are done HD 3D version, a lot better than the first original model we had. But again, our catch is what we're promoting is encrypted communications and crypto fantasy sports. I want to make that clear, because a lot of times when we talk about PunkPanda to other people, we got this, we got the Zoom feed, we got the Dropbox, we got this, we got that. Sometimes that's a lot for somebody to understand, to put together in their heads. So the best thing to do is slim it down, shrink it down to PunkPanda. Use it, share it, own it. What do? Encrypted communications and crypto fantasy sports. That is what we do. And it's important to nail it down to that, especially when you're talking to new prospects, because you don't want to sound like you don't really understand, or they can't understand what you're talking about as far as what we offer. Now, again, I love this slide right here. This is something that Marcus put in just recently. PunkPanda values and vision. If you listen to the leaders, if you listen to the Jays, the Franks, the Datines, Zans, the Mikkels, even Albert and Marcus, you'll hear this vision and these values come out every time they speak. And that's what I love about it. PunkPanda incorporates personal privacy blockchain technologies and reward systems that allows people a powerful and risk-free opportunity to change their lives and the lives of the loved ones for generations to come. Wow. Think about that. We got 90 plus people on this call, And what this vision statement, this mission statement is to offer a privacy setting for your blockchain communications and reward you and allow you to change the lives of yours and those that are coming through your generations. Can't get a better vision statement or mission statement than that. The ability to participate and benefit from no risk of getting hurt. See, again, I understand why this is so important because I know what it is to be a leader, to have people in your organization and then have the thought that one day somebody can change something corporately, somebody can change something internationally, somebody can change something and then put the liability and risk on your people. And then as a leader, you don't want that liability on yourself to have to come back to your leaders and say, hey, look, sorry about this, sorry about that. But to be able to participate in something that has this type of potential with no risk of getting hurt, that is an amazing thing. And all the leaders should really echo that when they're talking to their people. Rewards a community for helping grow in a project. Think about that. We're rewarding people for helping us. Unlike what they do in the regular world, corporate America, they reward themselves for getting the people to do the work. It's a complete opposite. It's a different paradigm shift. Simple to participate with no new skills or behavior. That is so important. Anybody can do this. It doesn't matter about your education. It doesn't matter about your background. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you're a man. It doesn't matter if you're other. It doesn't matter if you're short, you're tall, you're fat or skinny. You speak English, you speak another language. It does not matter. No new skill sets. The only thing you have to do is have a cell phone with some type of internet service to it, and you can lock and load it, and you can start growing your organization and building something that can potentially benefit you and your loved ones for years to come. We will bring millions of new people to cryptocurrency. That's so important. Cryptocurrency, people don't understand what it is. People think this is a trend. People think it's this, but no, what it really is, it's our freedom. Cryptocurrency represents our freedom. You know why? Because as long as somebody controls your income, or excuse me, as long as they control your currency, your money, they control you. The central banks control everybody's currencies. And as long as they can do that, they can control you, so you'll never really be free. So cryptocurrency is something that most people in the world haven't jumped on yet. And there's a reason why that push hasn't been pushed by mainstream, because they understand that allows us the freedoms to do what we want to do, how we want to do it, all right? We will bring millions of new people to crypto, and I'm very proud about that. People just need a smartphone to participate, benefits humanity and underprivileged communities. Billionaire entrepreneur Jack Dorsey, he said, it is the network and community behind these projects that will be the driving force for good. And at this point, we have close to 600,000 people in 120 days. Listen, it is the community. Every time I get on a call, one of the first things I do is thank you guys as a community. I thank corporate, I thank Howard, I thank Marcus, because those are my leaders. But at the same time, I thank the leaders of your organizations, and I thank you, because without you guys, none of this will be happening, right? So again, we've seen this before. We understand the analogy. We don't really have to get too much into it, but for somebody who's never been on a call like this, I just want to say, imagine if WhatsApp did the right thing. Imagine if Telegram did the right thing. Imagine if these companies decided to help us as they were helping themselves and did the right thing and actually gave back to the communities that built their organization. Just imagine if they did that. Where would the people be at? It would be a whole different thing, but guess what? That's what we're doing. We have messaging app security. Again, we have rights as people, as humans on this planet, in this earth, that we have the right to privacy. We have the right to be able to say things to other people in privacy and not have somebody infringe on that privacy and that right. But what we do is we give that right away just in order to communicate with grandma, to send pictures to our loved ones. We give those rights away, and we don't understand how powerful those rights are, because they can take those, and once we give certain rights away, then they'll start taking others. And that's the thing. Having the ability to communicate with your people without having someone access your message, your conversation, your images, and have your data safe is of most important, especially if you understand, I say if you understand what's going on in the world today. Introducing PunkPanda app, the world's first messaging app that pays you to use it and to share it. It's totally free and it rewards PunkPanda tokens 48 times a day. Military grade encryption protocols protect your personal privacy and data. It's more, the more you use it and share it, the more you'll earn. Think about that, 48 times a day. How many of you guys been in organizations or different companies and you had to get paid once a month, or you work hard and you didn't see any benefit right away? This program right here, immediately you'll start to see the rewards. Even if it's 1/10 of a token, you'll see a reward. But that's the reward that you get for the work that you put in. You put in more work, you get more tokens. Some people are getting up to 8 tokens a half an hour. Unbelievable. Some people are averaging about 3 or 4. Unbelievable. Some people are getting 1/10 of a token but that's depending on their work and how hard they're willing to work and what their vision is and what they're trying to do. But again, the key is we're getting our rewards consistently every half an hour, 48 times a day. The products. Panda Pro free and paid encryption communication services. And this is important. And this is what I said already. We have the products. We have the app. We have the post. We have the meet. We have the bulk. These products right here, I won't get into too many details, but everybody understands what's going on with the app. Albert just explained to us we might be another 24 hours out, which is no problem. Because he said something on the call the other day. If 6.5 months ago, he said, if somebody would have told him that this piece of paper that had these pandas on it and these tokenomics that was in his head and all these failures that he had and successes that he had over the last 10 years in crypto would have came down to being less than 24 hours or less than 48 hours away from actually coming to pass, he'll take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. But that's where we at. So we have our app. We have our post is already set up. We're just waiting. Our meet is actually being is ready to go, but we're trying to have it so we can expand it to where it's more than 25 to up to 1,000 users. And these are the products that we have in our vault. Will be something that's coming towards the end of the year. All right. Now, Panda Play, Panda Profit. These are the 2 ones that I want to focus on right now because these are the ones that are so big right now. But before I do that, I just want to have Phil come up. Phil, if you can come up right now and just share with us for a couple seconds as we move through this, all right?
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good morning. Greetings from Malaysia. Wow. I mean, this meeting and these webinars every Sunday, I won't miss it for the world. Everything you hear every day is something new. And I can tell you, I mean, this is dropped onto our laps, especially in Malaysia. Out here in the East is really something very, very special. You know, like TW, what you said is, you're not inventing something new. It's something when people have been doing for the last 12, 15 years, you know, except that now it's being put on with a new spin in it. And what you said is true. We are getting paid for what we are doing, and we are getting paid for how we are helping the company. The timing now is fantastic. You know, we're going through pandemic and we are having the worst times of our lives, people losing jobs, making very hard ends to meet. So this coming into our labs is godsend. And I always tell people, you know, look into this, and with what you say, with a phone and with good knowledge, you can actually make $1 million. It's as simple as that. Don't look further into it. Just get on going. It's an app. Everybody's used to it. Everybody knows it, you know, and with a new spin on it, getting paid every half an hour. Can you beat that? I mean, it's very, very special. And thank you guys for putting it together. It's not easy, and we are just waiting for the baby to be born. Thanks a lot, TW.
Thank you, Phil. Phil, listen, I appreciate you. I remember the first time I heard you on a call was a call that Frank had me on one Friday night. I heard the passion in your voice. I heard the joy and appreciation for the project. And I know there's people like you that make this whole thing possible because your drive, your motivation, and your leadership. So I just want to personally thank you. You say that you're nobody, but you're more than somebody because you have people that are following you. So that says a lot about you. I thank you again. So what I want to do is share the screen again, get back into it, and I'm going to have a couple more people come. I get into presentation mode, and sometimes I forget that I got other speakers up here that are very capable of sharing as well. So let me just get back into this. All right. So again, Panda Play, Panda Profit. What I want to talk about right now is the fact that these two industries are smoking red hot right now. So again, we have a great concept. We have a great idea. We have good marketing. We have great leaders. But none of that matters if we can't be in an industry that can catch fire like we are. We are in an industry that we have touched on several industries that are some of the biggest and will be the biggest. Panda Play. When we're talking about gaming, gaming has went from $70 billion in 2019 to $130 billion just in a couple of years. It has over a 500% increase. What other industry? None. You don't have to answer that. Has that type of increase in that short period of time? None. And there's a couple of reasons. And then when we talk about NFTs, I know a lot of people don't understand what NFTs, but it's a buzzword everybody's talking about. NFTs is the first step to allowing people to own assets in this new digital world that's being created right now. I know we're hearing words like the metaverse, we're hearing things like virtual reality, AI technology and all that stuff, but NFTs through blockchain technology allows for people to actually own assets in this new digital world. And we have these things and we're ready, prompt, ready. And as far as our profits, listen, I want to have Frank come on. I'm gonna call on you a couple more times, Frank, too, but I just want you to come on and talk about how important for us to be poised right where we are for this new digital world that's coming, especially the part about the DeFi. Frank, could you come in and chime in on that part for me?
You bet, TW. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You know, this time with DeFi and with gaming and Panda Profits, Panda Play, man, it's just amazing. And all these things all tie towards community. Can you believe it? And we're so fired up. And we're so, you know, opportunity is unbelievable because we have message app, we have everything else. But if you look at all the products that we're talking about, these products are all in existence, but they're not getting paid to use it. But when you bring these products like NFT and DeFi, they're just amazing because it's a buzzword, like you said. They are red hot. Can you believe it, TDW? We got all these red hot features, red hot things, and all we have to do is share and open our mouth. It's something that everybody's looking for. And I love what you said. We have a system that is for the people from the ground up instead of the people, the big tech companies driving the force. We could be the driving force and be the people and do our own narrative. That's what I love so much about this project, guys. I am so fired up about this, and anybody can do it. You don't really need to know about what the DeFi, you don't really need to know what the NFT is. Let the experts put that together, guys. All you need to do is share the message app, and the people that know it will actually coach us and teach us as we grow as a community. I'm so fired up about this, TW, so much. It's unbelievable. I'm hoping that I'm getting the passion out there to let people know. I've been in crypto since 2014 and never seen a project with utility, use case, and an ecosystem. We have it all to support our token as we go up, and we have the supply and demand all in place. Thanks, TW.
Thank you, Frank. And listen, so talk about Panda 11. We just talked about the gaming industry. We just talked about the DeFi industry. But Panda 11 is a complete different industry, also a complete different company and a business model that's connected with us. What are you saying, TW? What I'm saying is us, this community, we have launched the world's first crypto fantasy sports app. And the difference between our app and anybody else's app is that, number one, the commissions are lower. And number two, we cross all territories where we're not stuck to a particular region because we're not based off of fiat. Cryptocurrency allows us to cross every single border in the country, or in the world rather, and anybody can play. If you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, you might know about Dream 11. If you're in the Western Hemisphere, you might know about FanDuel or DraftKings. You can't do both. You can only do one based on where you're at. But guess what? Our 600,000 people plus the million that's going to be onboarded onto this right here will be able to play from anywhere in the world. So in other words, if you're really into fantasy sports, because some people are, and I know Phil said that he does it all the time, and I want Phil to chime in on this when I say this, because guess what? If you're really into it, you want to play against the best. And to play against the best, you got to play against the world. So what I'm saying to you, I want you to listen, that technically we will have the world, the Super Bowl of fantasy sports, because there will be nowhere else that you can play against everybody in the world. That's got to draw the attention to somebody. That's got to draw the attention to the top players, to be able to play against the best on every continent. That's important. Phil, where you at, Phil? Just touch on that for me. Just touch on, because I know that you're one of the persons that you do fantasy sports. Phil, just touch on that. The ability, having the ability to be able to play against people all over the world versus in your little region.
You know, TW, with this fantasy sports, Panda 11 can be an industry on its own, right? I mean, it will just kick butt anywhere you put it. And with Panda 11 that we have, it's more than a gold mine that's gonna be the backbone of this whole ecosystem. I mean, I've been playing fantasy sport for the last 20 years. It's an addiction. I tell you, man, we follow it everywhere it goes, and it's addiction. Week in, week out, we just play. And I can tell you, for the last 20 years, I've been losing, but I still play. So can you imagine, with the people coming into Panda 11, it's a different kettle of fish. They will play fantasy sports no matter what. And with the borderless things and crypto, and they bring home more money, man, you know, with this, we are so secure, and people just don't understand how this thing revolves around the messaging app. And it's like, you know, it's like the bodyguards of the messaging app that will keep us going for the next, I don't know, about 15 years. It's going to be for generations, I can tell you that. So, you know, with Panda 11 coming in, it's such a blessing for us all. And people just got to look at it on the other side and see, look, if Dream 11 can have 120 million people, you know, Panda 11 is going to hit the roof. It's just going to be phenomenal. So that is what it's got to sink into people. It's just not a messaging app we're having. Panda 11 is the backbone of the whole thing. And we're just going to laugh all the way to the bank, TW. Thanks.
Thank you, Phil. Listen, he said it. He said if Dream 11 can have 120 million people, and they're in one region. Now, let's not forget that they're in one of the most populated regions. However, no matter how populated they are, they can't populate more than anybody in the whole world. So we have that to our advantage, to be able to get that region along with every other region. And like he said, this thing right here is growing at 9.5% every single year. You can't turn on the internet without seeing some type of advertisement for fantasy sports. Sports is one of the biggest industries in the world, and this is right here in our palm of our hands. We have this, and this will be the thing that drives our token value. If not up, it will at least stabilize it to where people will be using our token every single day. All right. Let me ask you a question. Is this screen scrambled to you? Because for some reason mine looks like it's corrupted. Can you guys see that?
Yes, it's scrambled.
It's scrambled. Well, guess what? We don't got to do that one. Hopefully the next one. Okay, this one's scrambled a little bit, but we can get through this one. But let me just touch on this real quick. The valuations of the different companies. That's all this is. All that was just showing people the differences between what our company should be valued at based on these other companies like Zoom, Viper, WhatsApp, and Dropbox. But the point is the difference is our company is on a dial, a smart contract that allows every 30 minutes for the next 15 years for you to use this app, share it, and stake the tokens and earn tokens. That's so important to us. Everybody has a touch of that. Everybody has a taste of that. People in their wallets, looking at their wallets, they're seeing it happen right now. But what I want to say to you is this right here. We've only been doing this for about almost 5 months. Can you imagine if you took the amount of tokens that you have right now and say that it never grows no further, and you took those tokens and you start multiplying that out over 15 years, and then you take a modest number for the value of that token. I'm talking about a modest number. I don't want to say numbers, but some people have said that the token will get up to 100. Some people said it'll get up much higher, but just take a modest number. You can do this on your spare time. Take the tokens that you're getting every half an hour, or go to your history and look at per day. Take that number right there and multiply it times a year, 365, and then add a value that you think the token will be, whether it be $3, $4, $5, whether it be $50, whatever that is, whatever you think that is, and you can imagine that will be your income on average. It's a projection because those tokens are going to come. And guess what? The best part about it, no matter how many tokens you have right now, you can do the work to determine how many more you'll get. That's the important part too. So if you say to yourself, well, I'm getting 2 tokens every half an hour. I don't like that. I want to get more. And you do the math and the math doesn't come up to something that you like, then that's where you make a goal to say that I'm going to get 5 tokens every half an hour. And then you do that math out and you say, that's where I want to be. And that's how you set goals. That's a simple way to set goals with this company where you can find out, oh, my things are correct. So what I want to do is this right here. Let's see who we have. That Team Zam. That Team Zam, if you don't mind, are you okay to speak today?
Well, I'll try my best. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still.
Real quick, Frank. What I want you to do is, I want you to bring up your presentation, Frank, while she's speaking. Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, it's been some time that I'm not out here because of the COVID that is going on with the whole family. So I was almost a month in quarantine, plus one after another. So I lost my voice and I'm getting it back slowly now. So what is happening now is we are moving forward because we just before the COVID happened to me and my family, I visited an NGO, which we have decided to do big about this, you see, because we cannot be helping all the NGOs all the time because we have to tell them that we cannot feed you with fish sandwich every day. You have to fish your own fish to get your fish sandwich. This is what we are talking about with the NGOs recently, because NGOs, they need the money, they need the fund, you see. So this is the only way that we can help the NGOs to do it. So that's why we had a good meeting, and hopefully after this, all the things is over, because from 1st April anyway, Malaysia is open for all visitors without quarantine. Yeah. So please come to Malaysia. Okay. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you all soon. Sorry.
Thank you, Daxing Zam. I appreciate it. I want to, okay, thank you. Who's that? That's you, Frank? Whose presentation is this?
It's mine.
Okay, this just looks a little different. Okay, all right. So yeah, so great. So
Just a sec.
just a sec. Well, while you get that together, I just made Mikhail a co-host. Mikhail, could you come in real fast? And I'm gonna bring you back, Mikhail, but I just want you to touch on a couple of things while we get this all set. Mikhail?
Yeah, hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you all, and especially I want to thank everybody who was, in charge of doing all these presentations, because it's so important. Babu made a very good point today. It's only 5% of people are shepherds, and everybody is sheep, and that's exactly what it is. And we have a chance to change that. I'll make an example. 8 years ago, when I got in the crypto space, and of course I had no idea what I was doing, but only one of the reasons I succeed because I always knew money in the trainings. It didn't make any sense to me then, but I got it later. And I remember when I made my first Zoom call, I had about 20 people listening to me. And I was telling them the same thing because I couldn't talk about crypto yet. I had no knowledge. And I was just telling them, guys, just try to participate in as many training as you can. Try to go to any conference calls. Just please, it's very important because money in the training. Well, guess what? Not everybody listened, but 40%, 8 guys listened to me. And every conference call we used to do, they were always participating. And 3 years later, they became millionaires. In 3 years, 8 people. It's 40%. So the point I'm trying to make, I mean, it's nothing new I can tell you today, guys. You already know how excited this business we are in. I mean, it's no, it's no brainers. Just use the telephone. That's all you need. And you're gonna do exactly what you're already doing, but now you're gonna get paid. But always remember, guys, money are in the training. I mean, I keep watching sometimes our Telegram room, and my head goes down to all these people who answering questions. And to be honest with you guys, if it was me, I would probably block many people. And the only reason, not because it's their fault, because people who bring them in didn't give them an opportunity to understand what actually is going on. So asking those such simple questions. And this is the point I'm trying to make, how important for all of you to participate in every training. I mean, come on, guys, we have over 600,000 people and we have only 107 people in the room. You know what it means? Many of us, probably including myself, we have to do harder and explain to our groups how important to come and participate in these conference calls. And Tim, thank you very much. I know you're one of the people who involved to organize those calls, and you do them yourself separate from this one. And everybody, you have to participate. If you're gonna take only this one little pearl, I'm about to tell you, believe me, you will succeed. Money are in the trainings. And good luck to all of us.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so when we're talking about the tokenomics of PunkPanda, this is probably the most genius thing that I've seen in a while. Albert really dug deep with this, and he put this together. He started out with 275 million PunkPanda tokens max supply. That's very important. So some people that don't really understand cryptocurrency, when we read these things, when we say these things, sometimes we say them and you don't really understand it, you don't really think to ask, but I want to make sure that you understand. Max supply, that's it. 275 million is not a lot. Think about it. We've already pre-mined 65 million, right? And the 65 million is for the promotions and the getting this whole company together. So 210 million are all is going to be left for the next 15 years. Think about what I just said. We access 65 million now, and 210 million will be left for the next 15 years. Wow. Okay. So we started out at 10 cents. We're going up to about $1.20, about $1.25 during the pre-launch. We had to extend it. We understand, everybody understands that process, what we did, because we had to make sure that when we launched, we were launching at the right time. We had to make sure that when we brought this to the market, to the exchange, that we were doing it at the right time. Why do it in the down market? Why do it with no promotion? Why do it with no real community built up? Nobody knows about PunkPanda but us, and if we wanted to buy, we would buy. So that would mean that only people that will be on the exchange is people that's wanting to trade in their tokens, which will drop the value of the token immediately. We dodged that bullet by having advisors come in and give us a long view picture of how this is going to actually benefit us. All right. So next slide. Next. All right. So again, the mining schedule. This is important as well. 1 year, first year, right? 2,100 every 30 minutes. 1,050 tokens are going into PandaApp. What does that mean? It means that as you use it and as you share it, your organization builds, you will receive 50% of the tokens that are allocated for that right there. Every individual will have a certain amount sent to their wallet based on their usage, based on their community's usage, and based on the usage of the whole organization. So it's an X factor that can't really be nailed down to one or two activities, but the most important thing that you can do is just use it and share it and build your organization. Now, the 23% are going for the token holders. This is pretty set. The more tokens you have in your staking wallet, the more of the 23% you'll get. The 12%, the more you have in your wallet as far as your farm, the more of that 250 you'll get. 15% is for development. What that simply means is that for future projects, future investments, and also different things that we can do to upgrade or enhance our program, we put a little bit to the side so we'll have money for that. all right? And that's important. And as we talked about, we have a habit. Every 2 years, we'll cut the supply in half. But what we would do also is cut the blockchain time down as well. That's important because a lot of people don't pay attention to that. Yes, we're not going to have 2100. We'll have 1050, but at the same time, we will always have the blockchain time drop down. So instead of receiving 30 minutes every 30, you'll receive every 20 minutes. Never receive, then after it cuts down again, you'll receive every 10 minutes. So you won't see a real difference in your total amount over the course of a day. Now, Frank, would you come in and just share with us a little bit about this? And if you want to take the next few slides, go ahead and do that. Unmute yourself, Frank.
Awesome. Yes, first of all, I'd like to thank Babu and Phil and you know, I got to tell you, and Mikhail, there's big things that I keep getting out of the, and you know, Mikhail says about the training, you know, I learn things every time. We got to talk about confidence and we got to know about what's going on with our app and what's happening, the privacy, security. And I learned a lot about that on Friday night. And I hope you guys, or Thursday night last week, depending where you live. So it's really, really important. Now, the tokenomics is really important here, folks. And the reason being, I just want to run through this. And you're right, TW, 275 million total supply and 65 million are done. And I really love the way you explain about people putting ownership on their time and how much they want to make, because everybody wants to make money. Just talk to yourself, look in the mirror and see how many tokens you've actually generated every hour and 2 hours, and do the math and multiply it out a year out. And if you want more, there's only one person that can do that, and it's you, okay? And having, you know, 15 million, probably 15 years of 210 minting, it's unbelievable that we get these tokens all the time. We built the foundation and we run with it, folks. That's what we're talking about here. So, you know, it's in the incubator, the pre-sale, extended sale, and it's going to come out, as Albert said, at $1.50, thereabouts around April 15th. There's marketing that's happening around that, maybe 1 or 2 weeks before, with a big blitz in the community of the crypto world. Think about what we have our hands on, folks. And then there's going to be a PandaPal sharing rewards. It's going to be like a marketing, have fun, the listing, the pools. Okay, the founders, the teams, the folks that have worked every day for the last 6-7 months that are here today. Wow, are you kidding me? 32 million funding contributor, 8 million. And there's more founders, etc. It's all involved, but it's all tied up, and we're all tied up into a schedule. You know, even the free tokens. And this, I want to get this across to a lot of people. This was the most important slide to me. Why? I've been in crypto since 2014. I'm not into pump and dumps and get rich, quick screen. I'm into a product. I'm into a system, utility, use case. Wow, I get so fired up when I see this, because you know what? All the free tokens that are on your phone, all the tokens that we get as in the pre-sale or extended sale, all the founders, all the ambassadors, we're all tied to this. It's equal. We're in this together. And when you're in it together, it's amazing that nobody could pump and dump. This is not a pump and dump. If you can't get involved for a pump and dump, you're at the wrong place. And that's what I love. And, you know, Marcus and Albert are standing to that. And that's what's going to, and we need leaders like that, and TW as well, because we need to have a structure. This is not, I see on, you know, hey, when can we sell? When can we do this? Are you kidding? You'll be crying in your soup if you do that too quickly. So they've put a schedule, and this is all going to benefit us, not hurt us. So after the listing, we have to wait 30 days before we could release 1% the second month, third month, 2%, 3% the fourth month, and so on and so forth. I call it an 18-month schedule. But folks, when you look at what you have and then the percentage with the value that's going to go up because of supply and demand, with everything that we have, with the products that people are going to pay for, with the Panda 11, which I really believe is going to bring so many eyeballs, so much attention. And, you know, the NFT, with all the eyeballs we already have, you know, with 600,000 strong and another 400,000 probably waiting in the wings. And we've all been doing the work the last 10 days. It's going to come out like a bank. So we have to wait a little bit longer. No big deal. But the 18-month schedule is extremely important. Now, when I got involved, I was so excited about the use case, utility, and ecosystem. Anybody that knows me, I stand to those morals. I stand strong to that. And when I saw PandaApp, the encryption communication app, it's not an end-to-end, it's not only an end-to-end encryption. What I learned, the company's not backing up our data, our privacy, our images. We can't be, our identity can't be stolen. And if you folks, we don't realize what's going on in the world today. And if you think it's not a big deal, I know all you that are on this call do know it's a big deal, but we as the people and as leaders in this group need to understand the security, need to understand that WhatsApp backs up our files every day at 2 in the morning. And the reason we got that is because what's going on, with what happened on Thursday night. Our CTO explained that to us. And I encourage everybody, go listen to that call again. I really do. And especially when it comes to this security part, because the security part is the backbone of our product, folks. And if you don't know that, then you're not going to get the numbers you want. You also need to know Facebook. And if you don't know this, they actually right now is set up that even when Facebook is turned off, they can look at your communication. They can look at every text, everything that you do on your phone. Go and look about it. Look on that. I am going to tell you, I've got a video that I'm going to post in the Telegram group that will blow you away what Facebook does. I've actually changed my settings. I will put that out there. And what I'm trying to get across here, we have something very special with the security and privacy and the communication. And these calls educate us every time. I learn stuff from the leaders. I learn stuff from the field. I learn stuff from the management. So be and encourage your team to come onto these calls, because the more you have confidence and the belief, the more you're going to be able to actually share this, folks. And let me tell you, this encryption communication, the Panda 11, and the NFT, the DeFi, and the GIFs and stickers, we have it all. I say we have 6-in-1, and we're going to have so much more. And we have the strongest community, and the timing's absolutely perfect for this. You know what? Albert has just done a great job with tokenomics. And I'm just going to run through these quickly, folks. The minting and the halving, all this stuff, what it does, it lowers supplies, increases demand, everything of these 6 steps that I'm going to go through here. With the supply and increased demand, everything, if you can't see that we're increasing demand by people being able to upgrade, which I'm going to recommend that everybody does, and you're the product of the product. When you got the Panda 11 with the 1 million users by June, are you kidding me? That's just a starting point. And you're going to have a supply and increased demand, man. I don't know where this token value is going to go. I don't believe anybody, because this is not a speculative project. This is a real project, folks. Okay. And it's a smart contract that can't be altered. The 48-hour rules. Some people go, oh, I got to wait 48 hours. I don't get, I don't get the the reward every 30 minutes for 96 times. Are you kidding me? That protects the company. That protects our token value, folks. That is brilliant. I am so glad they've done that. And now you take the DeFi, which I call it like interest on your money or term deposit. People would love to see that return. And if the balance is great in the DeFi, we could do very, very well in the value and the interest and all that stuff. It's going to work great. People will just leave it for 3 months, 2 years. Man, if you left it there in 2 years, I can only imagine what the price of the token is going to be. And you're taking more out of circulation. I can imagine what the price is going to be. Number 4, the company buyback, the revenue sharing program not only includes giving back to the community, there's going to be a percentage, Albert says, that it's going to be given back to the community. They're going to take 3%, burn some of it, give it to the community. And it's going to help the communities that have the biggest community and need the help. I think that's amazing. And more, again, reducing the supply and the supply demand. Anybody that knows that in business, what happens to our token value that you actually get every 30 minutes on the message app for using, and it costs you absolutely nothing for it. Now, this is the lockdown. I went through the 18-month rule, folks. All the founders, all the ambassador founders, contributors, pre-sale, extended sale, all are locked in for that 18 months. Conserve the withdrawal limits and the amounts of PPM token. That can withdraw monthly. That also helps the whole project, gives time for the company to mature. Lets us be the product of the product. And you know what, folks? This is our product. If you have the belief in the product, this will be the best product of 2022. The utility token. Finally, PPM is usually a token that you can use immediately, products for people already using. So you're going to be able to take those free tokens and pay for the Panda Post, the stickers, Panda Play, Panda Meet that's coming, Panda Vault. That's all going to be here within the 2022 timeframe. We can't give you a date, but wow, I can't wait for that. That generates more and more revenue stream. TW, I do have some more slides here, but I'm just going to jump right to the roadmap. Let you talk about the roadmap and the marketing is coming. And I do want to share this. This is important to me because you know what? If we don't have a successful back end. We don't have successful management. We don't have a successful base. I've been really working on this myself personally, very, very hard. I have not slept. Reason why is I know that if we make the company healthy, we are healthy. I don't think about myself. I think about the community. If the community and management and the company is strong, we're strong. So you know what? I put my effort into the farm, guys. Why? Not because of the commission, to make it popular and strong base for the company. So we have tokens for the DeFi. So, all right, we're at $1.18, gonna go to $1.25 max. Albert said $1.25, 21 highest before we list. It's gonna get listed, starting point. Does anybody think we're gonna stay at $1.50 or we're gonna go higher? Throw it in the chat. And guess what? For your efforts and at first level, you get 10%. Are you kidding me? That's phenomenal. And it goes down 12 levels from there. So that's unbelievable. You know, TW, I do want to just share this one right here. You know, it's just been amazing. This is my favorite slide, folks. This is my favorite slide, the ecosystem. Think about it. It's a smart contract that can't be changed. 23% from the farm, 50% for the Panda pals. It all goes to the, you know, the Panda app, the GIFs, the stickers, pass it all goes in that box there. But the beautiful thing is it can go two ways. You either go to the exchange and play with it, make money, or go to the global community database, move it down. And we have all these things are free, just like everything else that's out there. The thing is, guys, we know message apps are popular. We know gaming is popular. DeFi is popular. NFT is popular. We're saying, okay, the market's already there. But I believe we have a better product because we're paying it to use it and more secure. Are you kidding me? They don't sell your data. Pay the premium version, folks, and market and promote this. So then they go to Panda 11, which we know these folks don't care what the price is. They don't care if it's $1, $100, or $1,000. They just want to play in the sports. And where can they get it? It's going to be in the public exchange. So I'm telling you right now, I am so fired up because utility, use case, and our community, when I started, was only 100,000 in the first 45 days, 60 days. And now it's at 600,000, close to be, and it's going to jump and go to 1 million. So you know what, with that, we got the roadmap that if you want to touch on, TW, and I do have slides on here if you want to just touch on, and I think it'd be really cool to go through the actual app really quickly as well. Back to you, TW.
Thank you, Frank. Frank, it's always a pleasure to hear you speak, especially about the things that he speaks about, because he's very, you don't know Frank as an ultimate professional. He has so much experience in so many different industries, but specifically when it comes to this right here, that's why he has a voice that I love to hear when it comes to that, because he lends credibility to the project in a different kind of way. But what I want to talk about is just our roadmap. This is something that's very important to most people because they want to see what the project is going to look like long term. They want to see us get our goals. But we all know, and if we said it on corporate update the other day, when it comes to technology, it is almost impossible to put a date on something like this, because we would have never known what was going to happen with Google Play. We would have never known what was going to happen with the different things that's going on in the world that causes these things to happen. But for the most part, I am proud to say that everything on this roadmap is coming if it hasn't came already. And if it's late, it's only by a few weeks, because guess what? It is very hard to hit your target all the time on the bullseye. And what we're doing is we're knocking a lot of this stuff out of the park. We have our beta app. We're literally hours away from taking that beta app to our 2.0 version. We hit that, all right? Our token sale, we said, all right, private, we did that. We're still in the process of that. Our private token pre-sale, we're right there with that. Okay, our NFTs, I'm actually working on some NFT stuff with Albert right now as we speak. So we're gonna have that going. Our Panda 11, we hit that we hit that last quarter. So we were good with that. And our token pricing and listing the second quarter, we're right on point with that. Our 2.0, right on point with that. And all the other things that we're gonna be doing, we kind of switched a few things around to prioritize what was most important for the community. And that's what it really all boils down. What's important for the community? We could put things on a piece of paper and say we're gonna do this, but as data comes in and as things start to change, we have to make sure that we do what's best for the community, because we're, again, in this long term. Nobody's in this to just make a quick buck on the 15th of April. Everybody should be in this to look at how can they set themselves up for the future and their families for the future. And what I want to do, Jay has a guy that he wants to come on. Jay, if you don't mind introducing the gentleman, Jay Roberts, and you can come on, Jay, now. and introduce your gentleman and let us know who he is, what he's about, and why is he so excited about PunkPanda.
Yeah, Mr. J. Roberts from Kenny Roberts' team in Florida. He's doing incredible job in the beginning. He got started. He was promoting the app. Then he saw the value of the tokens going up, and then he understand where this is going to go up. And he's doing amazing thing. He's promoting in Africa, in Nigeria, and of course he's helping his brother, and they're working together in getting the word out there for the farm, doing incredible job. So if he's here, he can say a few words. Mr. J. Roberts, you can unmute yourself, sir, and give your testimonial.
Hey, thank you, Jay Babu. Special thanks to Albert and TW and Jay Babu and our team. Man, I'm so excited. The opportunity is just amazing, and it couldn't have came at a better time. I think, you know, if you look at everything that's going on around us and everything that we're facing in life, when you get an opportunity like this, it's God sent. And I just believe if you understand the power of just talking and sharing this app and just talking to somebody. You know, a lot of times when we go and see a good movie, I just recently went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home, and it was a great movie. I'm a Marvel guy, so I love looking at Marvels. But when you see a good movie, the first thing you do when you get home or get around your friends is that you tell somebody about it. And then next thing you know, they're going to go and watch the same movie. That's the same concept with this app. If we just share it, tell somebody about it, and be excited about what we're doing, I'm telling you, we will see great things. And again, I thank you, Albert. Thank you, TW. And also my buddy, my friend, Jay Babu. Thank you, man, for just giving me this opportunity. You all have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jay. Listen, we're going to close the presentation with that. And the only thing I can say to you guys is thank you. Thank you for your persistence. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your focus. Thank you for your discipline. Thank you for your drive. And most importantly, thank you for your leadership. Listen, I am so excited about what's to come, and I'm so excited about what is to come with the people that I'm around. I'm excited about the people that's in India, from Philadelphia, from upstate New York, from Thailand, South Africa, from Brazil, all over the world. Listen, we truly have a global company. We truly have a global opportunity. We truly have a worldwide family. And let's take advantage of that. And let's keep each and every one of us up strong and support, as Mikkel said, support the podcast, support the Zoom calls for now, because there will be Panda post calls, there will be Panda meet calls. So what we want to do is just say good evening, good morning to those. I'm going to unmute everybody, and everybody can say bye. Everybody's unmuted, and good night, guys.
Good job.
Good night.
Good night.
Be well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks everyone from
Good
Washington.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.